Watch any property or home reno show, and you'll often find contractors and designers show you a place and tell you a million things that can be done to make it better. Take this garage behind me, for example. Definitely a fixer-upper, but it was on the market for $729,000. As a result, many eyebrows in the city were raised, just like a number of other tiny places in the past. If anything, it comes with a driveway, but not much else. Simply a single-car garage with no bedrooms or bathroom. So why the hefty price tag above $700,000? The lot at Greenwood and Salmon Avenue is 20 by 100 feet, enough to fetch a more than decent price.
You're seeing the garage for sale for an astronomical amount, and it's not really the garage that's for sale, it's the land.
Last fall, a tiny bungalow on Euclid Avenue in Little Italy was listed for $1 million and ended up selling for $1.8. Speculation at the time was that it would be torn down and rebuilt like many are, but today it still stands, and there are no building permit applications with the city. It's not uncommon either. Another example of a small structure for sale on an extremely valuable property is this one. Built in the 1800s at the end of this little street in Corktown, it is listed for $879,000.
What do we have here? We have a tiny house.
In 2019, this 250 square foot space in Oshawa sold for a mere $200,000. Since then, the owner decided to put a little more into it and found there's actually more property involved. So now it's for sale again, this time for $375,000.
We did a little bit of work and stuff, and then we decided we'll just rent it out for now and then decide what we're going to do. And we rented it. We had great tenants there. The neighborhood, when we bought it, was a little shabby. I got that cleaned up about 200%.
Then there's the tiniest house of them all.
How wide is it? If it's 300 square feet, is it like 10 feet wide or?
No, 7.25 wide. 7 feet, 2.5.
Made famous by Ellen DeGeneres in 2007, this pocket-sized place on Day Avenue in Toronto surprised many when it was listed 14 years ago for more than $170,000. It's been sold a couple of times since and still remains as is.
Over here, you have a beautiful backyard that you can barbecue and sit with your friends. You have parking for a car or two cars even, tandem parking situation. So there's a difference.
That's why properties like the one on Muriel Avenue in East York garnered $1 million, $370,000 over asking. It went from this 3 years ago to this today, a new home in the works.
Separate the building from this, there's a land value to this asset, and so there's a lot of money at play here in a dense city.
As it happens, the property where this garage now stands has been conditionally sold as of this morning. What happens next is anyone's guess, although if you look a couple doors down, you can see the type of transformation that can take place. That is, if there's any money left over after the sale.